Hey there, mama. Are you waking up in the morning exhausted, dragging yourself through the day, barely surviving, and then crawling into bed at night, feeling tired, yet completely wired? If this sounds familiar, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to go into the 3 mistakes we make as moms that things secretly drain our energy and the quick fixes we can do to change it. The first one I want to talk about is skipping protein, and not necessarily throughout the course of the day, but specifically for breakfast. So, a lot of moms I know lean in on grabbing coffee and carbs because it's quick, it's easy, it's fast, or eating off your kids' plates. But instead, here are 3 things that I want you to try. One, Greek yogurt. Such phenomenal protein to start the day. I even top it with some slivered almonds and some fruit, make it crunchy, give it some texture, and it's a great way to start the day with a protein forward breakfast. The second, I love smoothies. They're super easy. You can prep almost everything the night before, throw it in a blender, in a minute it's done. If you need ideas for protein powders, send me a message. I have tons of ideas depending on your likes and your dietary restrictions. And then the third, and probably my favorite and most common one that I do, is a veggie scramble. So I saute a bunch of vegetables, usually throw in some chicken sausage, and then scramble a bunch of eggs, mix it all together, and put it in 4 or 5 different containers, depending on how many I make, for the week. In the morning, I grab it out of the fridge, zap it for 30 seconds, and I'm on my way. So when we say we don't have time for breakfast, I know you have 30 seconds. So maybe give one of those a try. So the second thing we do is that we think we're resting or recharging, and we're sitting on the couch and our kids are around us or on us or near us, and we're scrolling on our phones. And we're just like, Mom just needs a minute. I need to check out. But the unfortunate part about that is your brain is still working. Your brain's buzzing. It's not a true rest when you're scrolling through social media or checking email or just on your phone in general. So the 3 things I want you to try, you can just pick one of these, is to get outside, go for a walk, even if it's short. Between the fresh air and the vitamin D, it recharges you even if you have 5 minutes. The second thing is to sit without your phone, and if you're in a space where you can close your eyes, close your eyes. Take 5 deep breaths, just in through the nose, out through the mouth, and see how that feels opposed to being on social media. And then the third thing is you could meditate. You could do a guided meditation. Listen to something on YouTube or the Headspace app, which I love, and have someone tell you what to think about, which helps rather than having your to-do list run crazy in your mind. So try a short meditation. If you need ideas, there's other things on my channel also with Monday meditations that I do live in my Facebook group, Time Out for Moms, Wellness, Accountability, and Support. And then the third mistake we make is that we look at working out as a punishment. And because we look at it as a punishment, we tend not to do it because if you don't like what you're doing, you're going to avoid it or take on any excuse not to do it. So I want to flip the script on this a little bit and hear me out. So a lot of times as moms, we don't have time to drive to the gym, take an hour class, shower, drive home. And where are your children during all of this? Like maybe you're in a situation you can drop them off at Stay and Play, like you can at the YMCA near us, but maybe you don't have that time or luxury to do that. Or maybe you feel too guilty doing it. So I want you to try this instead. Instead of skipping that aspect or like not watching a workout video because you just don't have time, I want you to commit to 10 to 15 minutes instead. I know you have so many things to do. I don't have 10 or 15 minutes, or I have such a long journey to go on my wellness journey. How could 10 or 15 minutes matter? I'm talking consistency. So if you go to the gym, say once a week, like on a weekend when your partner or family member can watch the kids and you can go, that's great. Don't stop that. But now let's also squeeze in 10 to 15 minutes most days during the week. And I have a ton of videos on the same exact channel that I alternate between yoga and strength training. Most things you do not need any space for, just as long as you are. And you don't need any equipment. So it's limited space, very little equipment, and it's stuff that you can do with your kids as well. So looking over that progress, not perfection, and we're looking for consistency, not these massive workouts, just 10 to 15 minutes. If you don't have 10 to 15 minutes, send me a message and we'll break down your day and we'll see where we can squeeze it in. Because I guarantee you're probably on your phone more than 10 minutes a day. So let's shift it and get something out of it. So the goal of these 3 things, whether it's not skipping your protein in the morning, of actually resting or doing something to recharge your body in the afternoon, and becoming consistent with your workouts, This is not a huge overhaul of your life. You don't need to do all 9 things I gave you ideas for today, but pick one and start to build that energy meter up little bit each day. I promise you, it feels good and then it will snowball. Thanks for joining me today. Because you did, I want to give you one of my free guides. It's how busy moms prioritize their own wellness in their easy ways. So it comes in the form of a bingo board. So it's fun. It's a traditional bingo board, and it gives you all these ideas of ways that you can take care of yourself physically and mentally throughout the course of the day. My kids love it, so it's not necessarily something you need to do by yourself. I have mine on our refrigerator. We do it while we make dinner, or if we have a little time before the bus comes and we're not running to it, that they sneak in a little bit of exercise or deep breathing and just some little ways to make you feel better throughout the course of the day. Grab that down below. I'll put the link in there and enjoy. Thanks for joining me. In my next video, I'll talk about the one thing that I did to shift my entire life. And it's not a huge overhaul and it's not as big as you think. I'll see you on the next one. Go have a great day.